From CNY Central, this is CBS5 News at 11 with Michael Benny.
Good evening, I'm Dora Scheidel. Michael's off tonight. You're watching the only local newscast to give you the biggest stories of the day and the first alert forecast right off the top. Well, after a beautiful day, what's in store for the rest of the week? Meteorologist Matt Stevens is here with an early look at your forecast. Hi, Matt.
Hey there, Dora. Very good evening to you, and it's a pleasure to have you over here in the anchor seat. We're taking a live look right now over downtown Syracuse with the Stanley Law Skywatch. Pretty quiet situation in the immediate Syracuse area. However, I do believe we ultimately get into a few showers overnight. 64 degrees in Syracuse right now, 58 in Oswego, 53 in Watertown, 61 Utica and Rome, 59 in Ithaca, and 59 degrees in Penn Yan. Very limited sprinkle activity on the map this evening. No big deal in terms of precipitation right now. However, like I mentioned previously, I'm suspecting late tonight we'll probably get into a couple of hit or miss showers. We'll bottom out overnight in the mid-50s. That's where we pick up the fast cast up to a high of 67 tomorrow with periods of rain showers, and a few storms as well. That breezy high of 67, a little cool for this time of the year. I'll have the 7-day in just a few minutes, Dora.
Thanks, Matt. At 11 o'clock, these are the top 5 stories on CBS 5 News. After calling Armory Square home for nearly 20 years, the Soundgarden is preparing to move out. The Syracuse Common Council won't exempt the store from a new law aimed at stopping the sale of stolen goods at pawn shops. Since the Soundgarden sells used CDs and DVDs, it would be affected by the new regulations. But the store says complying with the law would be so costly, it would have to shut down. Our Alex Ruscilla has more on this story coming up. To ease overcrowding and before the state makes it mandatory, there is a plan for a multi-million-dollar expansion of the Onondaga County Justice Center in downtown Syracuse. The plan is to build a 100-bed mental health facility by enlarging the second floor of the jail. That would free up existing cells to relieve overcrowding. Looking ahead, an announcement is expected Friday about the future of the Utica Police Department's Facebook page. Last night at a packed meeting on the issue, the police chief and the mayor said they've been working on a solution. The site was taken down last week at the request of local and state lawmakers and other officials who said the comments on it are putting Utica in a bad light. But with 25,000 plus followers, police say it's been a good tool to solve crimes. The state is increasing the texting penalty for young drivers. Lawmakers voted to suspend the licenses of young drivers for 60 days when they're caught texting or using a handheld cell phone while on the road. The penalty applies to drivers with permits and probationary or junior licenses. The suspension is for a first-time offense. And the TSA is dropping its plan to allow small knives on planes. The proposal would have allowed airline passengers to carry small knives and some sporting equipment onto planes. Lawmakers and airlines were against it, saying it would put passengers and crew members at risk. The head of the TSA released the proposal in March, saying knives couldn't enable terrorists to cause a plane to crash. He now says dropping the proposal allows his agency to focus on other programs. Soundgarden in downtown Syracuse plans to shut down after city councilors refuse to exempt the store from a law that targets pawn shops. Alex Ruscilla has reaction from the Soundgarden's owner and faithful customers about the pending move.
It's really sad.
It was news they didn't want to hear.
They just cannot shut down. Like, they're a vital part of this community. And really important, my goddaughter who's 16, she just got into vinyl and she's obsessed with this place. So I can't picture her and her friends not coming here and another generation partaking in this store.
The Syracuse Common Council is not budging on the city's secondhand dealer law, which aims to track stolen items. Recently, they added other types of stores under this law, which is typically meant for pawn shops. Stores like the Soundgarden. For months, this music store has been talking to the city about being exempt from this law. Store owner Brian Burkert says cities across the country have included exemptions.
Chick basically told me that this matter was closed and wasn't to speak. I addressed one point of his, and then he brought up another point, and I said, well, I can handle that. I'll talk to you about that. He said, I don't want to hear from you. This matter's closed, and that's that. He was very testy about the whole thing.
After selling so many albums on so many shelves, the owner of the Soundgarden says he'll be picking up shop after 17 years and looking to move out of the city after their lease is up on July 1st.
You see all kinds of people, shopping here. It's from all walks of life. We're an anchor in Armory Square. We have been for 17 years. you know, we're the retail anchor of Armory Square.
Soundgarden fans may one day look back at today as the day the music died. Reporting from Syracuse, I'm Alex Rossilla.
This is one of the top stories on the CNY Central mobile app. It's free to download and allows you to take the CNY Central news team with you wherever you go. Concerned business owners spoke out at the Syracuse Common Council meeting today. They're worried about the expansion of the downtown special assessment district to include portions of the connective corridor. If approved, it would encompass sections of East Genesee Street, University Avenue, and West Fayette Street. Business owners would have to pay more than $28 per foot of road frontage. Diane Ponorsky, who owns a deli on Irving Avenue, likes the connective corridor project, but questions how it will be maintained and who will pay for it. She estimates the new tax will cost her around $200 a year.
As a small business owner in today's economy, it's very difficult to have to tack on more taxes. When you're looking at your overall operating expenses, it's significant to a small owner.
The Common Council will vote on expanding the special assessment district on Monday. Jail crowding is a big problem at the Onondaga County Justice Center, but a multi-million-dollar expansion project for the downtown jail could resolve the issue. The plan is to build a 100-bed mental health facility by enlarging the second floor of the jail. The county sheriff's department says it's being proactive by proposing an expansion. It's trying to fix a problem that centers on the part of the Justice Center that handles inmates with mental problems. They're kept separate from the general population. Many need constant supervision, which means one deputy is constantly watching over 1 or 2 inmates 24 hours a day.
It can be a challenge, emotionally draining, as you can hear behind us right now, the yelling and the screaming, the chaos that goes on in this type of an environment. They're needy populations.
The new mental health unit would allow one deputy to monitor up 5 inmates at a time in a much quieter and less intimidating environment. It would also cut down on overtime for deputies while freeing up existing cells to relieve overcrowding. New information on the double murder investigation in Rome. Investigators say the suspect, 26-year-old Aaron Welch, senior of the Schenectady area, is in serious condition with self-inflicted injuries right now. Police say he used a sharp object to injure himself after killing the mother of his child and her friend. Police say the suspect attacked Stephanie Morrison as she came home from work yesterday morning. Sean Kessler came to her aid and was also killed. Governor Cuomo visited Seneca Falls today to bring attention to his Women's Equality Act. Long known as the birthplace of women's rights, Seneca Falls is the home of the Women's Rights National Park and the National Women's Hall of Fame. And as you might expect, Cuomo's bill has been well received there.
It's so easy to become complacent and, just say, oh, well, it'll happen. But it's not going to unless somebody really speaks up.
And I think it's wonderful that this is being revived, especially right here in Seneca Falls. Very appropriate.
The proposal calls for equality in the end of sexual harassment in the workplace. It pushes for stronger laws against discrimination and human trafficking for child prostitution, and it strengthens abortion rights. After being diagnosed with cancer, 7-year-old Abby Moore of Camillus dreamed of one thing, and now it's coming true. The Make-A-Wish Foundation made Abby's dreams come true by building a swimming pool in her backyard. Abby was diagnosed with leukemia in February of last year. Her parents say she wanted a pool because it's something that would last and create memories for years to come.
I don't really feel like I'm on cancer. I just feel like a normal kid.
These people that have come forward to make her dream possible have been amazing and have gone so much out of their way.
Abby's health is improving every day, and if everything stays on track, she should be done with chemotherapy in less than a year. Coming up, the bucket list. You'll meet a Utica teen with a life-threatening illness who hopes his list will inspire others to live their dreams. Plus, a baseball player's in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. More on that story after the break.